Good morning, everybody, and good evening to those in the other side of the world. Welcome to today's 1 million by 1 million strategy roundtable for entrepreneurs. 1M by 1M, as you know, is the first global virtual accelerator for technology startups in the world. Our mission is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million and beyond in annual revenue. In support of that mission, we've been doing these free mentoring roundtables since the fall of 2008. It's been many weeks, months, years that we've been here doing this almost every Thursday morning. This is the 722nd one of the free mentoring roundtables. We also have mentoring roundtables in our premium program on a weekly basis, and that's also been going since 2010. So online mentoring is something that we kind of pioneered on a global scale. Today it's routine, everybody does it, but I don't think anybody quite does it the way we do it. On top of all that, we have now released the 1M by 1M AI mentor. This is essentially my digital mind. It is trained on the recordings of all my mentoring sessions and my writings, the 1M curriculum, and so on. So by all means, try it out. And it's really inexpensive. It's three free messages and then $30 a month, and you have it available 24/7, and people are using it and getting real value out of it. Today we have 3 entrepreneur pitches. I just want to set some expectations for those of you who are pitching today, as well as those who are coming in later sessions to pitch or considering pitching. This is not Shark Tank. This is a safe working session. I'm not trying to entertain millions of people, television viewers, with snarky comments and shit like that. I'm trying to work with you and help you make progress on your venture. And if you disagree with what I tell you, that is your prerogative. You can do whatever you want with your feedback. My job is to give you authentic feedback, and you can decide what you want to do with it. Preeti Dawane is the first presenter. Preeti?
Hi. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Preeti. I'm the founder of the CleanBin. It is India's first fully automatic kitchen waste bin. Can you go to the next slide, please? So the problem that we are solving began in my house, and the way I have my lifestyle, everything is very consciously discarded from our house. But kitchen waste was becoming a problem. I had tried composting at home. That was also becoming a problem because of the Mumbai weather and the metro city's lack of space. So basic problems that we were solving when I was looking at my kitchen was the wet waste and the dry waste that get mixed together. So wet waste is more dominant. And because of the wet waste, even the dry waste does not get recycled easily when both are mixed together. There used to be bad odor in the kitchen. At the end of the day, leaky plastic bags, pests. And also in India, there's kind of a thing that everybody puts out their waste in the lobby so that the housekeeping staff picks it up in the morning. So sometimes lobbies have, the plastic bags have leaked, there's water, and it's a mess. So it all began from there. And that was the start of me wondering what to do with the kitchen waste. Next slide, please. So the CleanBin is what we have designed and engineered. It's a 5-liter kitchen waste bin on a kitchen countertop where in a 4-hour cycle, your kitchen waste is processed. We just drop in the waste, only cooked and uncooked food, press a button, a 4-hour cycle, and after 4 hours, it will cool down, of course. In the morning, when you wake up, it's just a dry handful dust, a volume that's reduced by almost 30%. You wrap it in a newspaper and discard it. So that is the solution that I came across, designed for my kitchen. Next slide, please. So how does this work? The product features are the key to this 4-hour cycle. So there's heating and shredding at the same time. We have sensors for guessing the weight, how much weight we've put in. Motion sensors, because kitchen waste is always messy. So we are using motion sensors to open the lid. It is timed, it's automated. It's a compact design. Next stage would be the IoT enabled. Right now, we are just launching the product without the IoT enabled feature.
Why is IoT enabled important?
Because just the lifestyle that's taking the change in India right now, everybody has everything on a remote, from the fan to the curtains to the AC. So this is, if you're sitting in the in your living room watching a movie or something, you can just get on to the app and switch it on. And also a documentation of data, the kind of carbon footprints that we have saved or the kind of waste amount that has gone in. It's a way for me to document data.
These are
So
not
that,
must-haves. These are nice to haves. These are not must-haves. And
okay,
be
not
careful about adding cost, because IoT enabled is not going to happen free of cost.
true.
There's cost involved. The cost of goods sold is going to go up. The parts cost is going to, bill of materials is going to go up. So before adding that, please consider whether it's worth adding or not.
Okay, okay. I make a note of that. Thank you. So the home composting that we do is basically kitchen waste, which is not cooked. The clean bin will handle both the cooked and the uncooked food, both put together at the same time. You can just keep adding it like our regular bins and it will take care of it. Next slide, please. So what are the benefits that we're looking for is basically a clean, hygienic kitchen. So no food contamination that happens in a bin when you dump it through the night. No more use of plastic bags. We're eliminating the use of plastic bags completely. Pest free, the moment there is no space for the food to ferment and get contaminated, so there are no pests. It's a huge time saver because the process of managing the waste at the end of the day when we clean up the kitchen is lot. So we save a lot of time. It's family friendly. Anybody can use it. It's not only the person who's handling the kitchen to be taking care of the bin. Anybody, even a child, can use it. And it in the morning it's dry waste, so it's very easy to dispose, easy to handle. So these are the benefits that we are putting across. The impact, the biggest impact for me where it started was for source at segregation at source. What happens is the dry and wet waste that we discard together, both cannot be recycled the moment both are mixed together. So if the wet is taken care of at source, the dry waste that we put out, newspaper, thermocol, whatever, cartons, everything can be easily recycled. So it's a better way to recycle. Less amount of dumping in the landfills, because given the infrastructure that we have in metros, for actual data in Bombay, only 30% gets recycled. Even though they would want to recycle the remaining 70%, it's not possible because we just don't have the infrastructure for it. Soil protection, lower emission, but that's a larger impact. My immediate impact was source segregation and a better recycling. Next slide, please. Social impact, as I mentioned, people in India tend to put our waste out together, and we expect the housekeeping staff to segregate our waste for us, which is very unfortunate. And if it goes to the landfill, I've worked with a couple of NGOs, the rat pickers' life is pretty hard when they have to dig in through the waste. So that's really not great. So this is a way of us being responsible for our own waste in a very small way, but a larger impact.
I got it. I got what you're trying to do. Let's go to market, and we don't have.
We don't have time. Sorry. Okay, let me run through it. So the market opportunity where I'm looking at is basically the metros, starting with Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad is where I plan to launch it. So there are two kind of communities that I'm going to be looking at. The early adopters, they are the tech smart houses, the tech savvy houses, families who are all into modern appliances. And there's a second community which is now getting formed, is the whole sustainable living community. And there is this gated community residence that we stay in, like buildings which form a society. So these are my three verticals that I'm going to be targeting to onboard. Next slide.
This market opportunity slide doesn't work for me. It's I'm not sure what you're trying to do here. For me to engage with the market opportunity, market sizing, numbers, it has to be a bottom-up market analysis, and this doesn't look.
Okay, I have that. Okay, so I need to put in the market analysis on that, is it? Okay, I'll come back to that later.
Market sizing, you need a bottom-up market sizing.
Okay, got it. Okay, I'm making a note. Okay.
So where are you currently?
So our 2 years of prototyping is done, and I'm at the design for manufacturing stage. The design patent has been filed, there's a certain early demand that's already been generated over online and through WhatsApp communities that I'm working with or engaging at a ground level. Partners I've onboarded for different cities, the cities that I mentioned, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai for distribution. Marketing, we're launching it starting tomorrow. It's a whole 3 months pre-booking campaign where we are trying to create awareness and talking about the product, but it's a 3 months strategy that is starting tomorrow. The website, everything gets launched tomorrow.
Design the product.
Sorry?
Who designed the product?
So it is designed by Eminent Industries. They work out of IIT Mumbai, and my product designer is also from IIT. So Eminent Industries are award-winning manufacturers or designers in this space. So I've been working with them.
And how did you finance this?
So I bootstrapped, and I got also funding from 2 government grants. That is Meaty Genesis grant, and one is STPI Bangalore. The STPI Bangalore grants to come in, but that's the 2 grants I got.
Okay.
And I funded the rest myself.
Okay. So how are you going to, let's say you're doing this pre-booking marketing campaign.
Right.
What do you need to fulfill those orders?
So I need a pre-seed funding now because I've most of my fund, which was a large amount, I've already invested. I'm exhausted, to put it very straight. So I'm looking at a pre-seed funding of I need like a minimum of 50 lakhs to just do pure manufacturing. The injection mold is 35 lakhs, and every bin at a small number of 100 bins that I'm looking at is 12,000 rupees a bin. So right now, that is the basic pre-seed funding I need to get into complete manufacturing.
So pre-seed funding is one of the hardest to get.
Yes, very hard.
It's 0.02% success rate, if that, and that would be in the information technology domain. And today, I would say 100% of that is going to AI businesses. You don't qualify.
Exactly the 2 things that I've been struggling with.
So the only kind of pre-seed funding that you would be able to get your hands on is friends and family. So think about that. The other possibility is you could do a crowdfunding campaign, like Kickstarter kind of campaign, where if you can get pre-orders, people basically pay for the pre-orders, and,
Right.
and if you get enough of that, that you use that then to finance the product development. I think that's all. Those are your only options.
Yeah. So Fuel a Dream, the crowdfunding platform, I'm already just working on creating the pitch and putting it across to them. So but I thought I'll space it after 1 month of my launch of this whole social media, internet work. So where at least I've talked about the product. So when I do the crowdfunding, the website, people have reference points to Google me, look for the product, understand the product. So that's happening in the month of May. So I've created my pitch for the crowdfunding platform.
Those are your only 2 options: friends and family and crowdfunding. That's it.
Friends and family have already committed, and that's also the kind of funds that have started coming in. So my only biggest concern is, as you said, pre-seed is hard. And secondly, this whole investor language that one has to have, probably I lack that. So is there any feedback that you could give me on that? Because most of the time I'm so invested in the product, which I know is a very fine product and has a market.
Investor language and business language we can teach you.
Okay.
So 1Mby1M as an accelerator does not require you to be fundable. We are okay with working with bootstrap businesses, and we are happy to teach you all of that.
Oh, nice.
What I just want to set your expectations. We also do fundraising. 1Mby1M has if you are fundable, we introduce you to investors. We do work with a lot of investors, but this is not a fundable situation. So please don't join 1Mby1M with the expectation that I can immediately get this funded. I cannot.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
But to teach you what you need to learn from a business point of view, to give you your mini startup MBA and get you going on all that, that's very doable. Please feel free to join 1Mby1M, and we'll be happy to teach you all that.
Okay, super. Thanks. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Okay,
I think I've overshot my time.
that's okay. No problem. We still have time. And you will have more time. If you have more questions, think about them and let me finish the 3 pitches, and then I will come back and do more Q&A, and you can ask more questions as well.
Thanks. Thank you so much. Appreciate. Thank you.
Ajit Vadane, you
Hello. Yeah, I'm here.
go ahead, Ajit.
Next slide, please. Next slide. Yeah, this is a personal safety mobile app to save people's lives in different dangerous situations. Idea is to convert every smartphone in the world into a powerful life-saving device. So you can face emergency situations without wasting time or without any panic. With full confidence, you handle any emergency situation and save life of yourself or your family members or people around you. The MTP is to save more people, more lives in emergency situation anywhere in the world, either in the private sector or the government agency in the world. That's the whole game. Next one is these are the uh, first 15 minutes are extremely important. The golden hour people talk about, we don't talk about those 60 minutes. We talk about first 15 minutes. There are so many problems around the world. Deaths and injuries in the road accidents, domestic tragedies and the emergency at home, blood organ needs, rapes and harassment of women, natural calamities, emergency situations at home, outside, theft of the mobile phone. These are different situations you come across, and we have every single feature who can handle all these different situations. You never know when the tragedy will happen, and you can face it. Now, there are many features. All these features are designed by experts, validated by users. We developed our app 3 times, launched it. After 10,000 downloads, we did the product market fit as well as pricing survey. It's a fantastic survey. So there is a blood in emergency you can get. There are 3 ways to get the blood in emergency. There is an automatic lock screen, which I will explain you in details, which will boost the organ donation in the country. There's a mega search where it's a default search where you can find any life-saving service in your own city.
Stop you for a second. The organ donation doesn't happen in the first 15 minutes of a emergency, and blood
No.
Transfusion also does not happen in the first 15 minutes. Those happen in hospitals, and these are not 15-minute points.
Let me explain you. We are working in all these free fields for last 10 years full time. It's not happening in 15 minutes, but we are not directly involved into blood donation or organ donation. When you need blood, we connect it with the people who can provide you with the
That's not
blood.
my point. Try to understand my point. You just
Mhm.
started this pitch by saying you are trying to make the mobile phone gateway to emergency in the first 15 minutes. And then you're talking about organ donation and blood in emergency. None of this doesn't compute. These 2 points are incoherent.
This entire process of getting blood or the organs begins with our mobile app.
It doesn't
It's long.
begin in the first 15 minutes. That is a misrepresentation.
Nothing will happen in first 15 minutes.
No,
It's the contacts that you get through our mobile app to contact the appropriate authority.
This is so it's not consistent with what you're trying to do. That's my point. It is a feature, but it is not a feature that is relevant to what you're trying to do.
Okay. So we did the survey and product market fit survey as well as pricing, and it's a fantastic survey. It's there on the website as well as in the investment pitch. Next one.
What is this?
After 10,000 survey downloads, we did with the registered users, we did the survey.
And
How these features are accepted by the users, actual users.
And are these free users or paying users?
No, we just wanted to launch and test our app. It will be paid only after we do it for the 4th time. When we did the launch, it was totally free. just to test the market, just to see how people react to it.
See, a free survey in an app like this has very limited value.
Okay.
Because you have look at your survey, your blood in emergency. What did you ask them? Blood in emergency does not happen like that. Blood in emergency happens through hospitals. Even if somebody gave you a bottle of blood, you wouldn't know what to do with it. That has to go through a hospital. So, I mean, what do you survey a user that is giving you user approval 99%, and you keep calling yourself your survey?
I will send you the questionnaire what we asked
You're
the
not
people.
going to send me anything because I'm not going to spend time on this. I'm only going to spend time with you here now, and you need to. I'm just giving you feedback that looks to me that it doesn't make any sense. So please don't.
Okay.
Hold on. Please don't brainwash yourself to believe that this is a fantastic survey, because this survey is not very effective. So first
Okay.
feedback, this survey is not very useful. That's my first feedback.
Okay.
So I don't know what you're trying to do, and I don't think you know what you're trying to do. So 70,000 paid
But no.
reason.
I think we must stop here. You know nothing about what you are doing. We shall do it properly. Please excuse me. Let me go. Thank you so much.
Very good.
You know nothing about what we are doing. You know nothing. Okay.
That's correct. I know nothing about what you're doing, and you don't seem to. Anyway, doesn't matter. You go ahead, please. Let's move on. Raghav Vohra, you're up next.
Yes. Okay. I think that got a bit tense. So let's start afresh. Should we begin? Should I talk about what we are building?
Yeah.
Right. I'll just give you a brief background about myself before I begin. I used to be a management consultant with BCG and Deloitte within the digital transformation phase across Middle East and India for the fintech and payments industry. I've co-built this company with one co-founder who is a chartered accountant, previously worked at Barclays, and then he was heading a retail company from a finance controllership perspective in Abu Dhabi for 2.5 years. So we started this company about 2.5 years back, and we have been in this full time since about 1 year. We can move to the next slide. I'll talk about what we're building. The next one, please. Right. So what we're trying to do is we're basically trying to cut down on all the noise around AI. We're an enterprise AI company working in a product plus service model where we basically identify on how can you leverage AI as an enabler or a tool to create immediate monetary impact in businesses from an ROI perspective. If we move to the next slide, yeah, basically, so we do the end-to-end life cycle of integrating AI from strategy to the execution. Within strategy, we help you identify your diagnostics and AI readiness, build the solution design, but we don't just stop at that point. We also build the entire AI product, customized product entirely in-house, and then we deploy it within the companies. What you see on the screen right now are 4 of the internal products that we have built, from an AI-powered command center and intelligence hub, which we have already established at an automobile manufacturing company in India, to the one on top right called Sync Trade, which is a very low-hanging product for us, which kind of helps people who trade often in terms of doing their automatic accounting. The one you see on the bottom left, the APTP, is a product that we have actually co-built with a company registered in Ohio and in the US. And it's the only learning management system which identifies, quantifies, and records all the informal decentralized learning in the open world. And the one that you see in the bottom right is something which we are still in an R&D nascent stages. We just have the MVP for this, which is a label compliance audit tool. How we're coming to this product is something I'll touch as and how we proceed further. I have that entire lifecycle supply chain on my slide. If you can move to the next one, please.
I would like you to stop for a moment, and I want to give you some feedback.
Please do.
So what you're trying to build, it seems like, is an AI services company, consulting and execution services.
Right.
But they are all over the place.
Right.
The applications, the use cases, and the industry sectors are all over the place. And I can understand that right now you're basically taking whatever you can get.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not the way to build a scalable company. So your model, this model, is what Infosys is using. It's the same model that TCS is using, is the same model that Palantir is using, is the same model that OpenAI is using, is the same model that Anthropic is using. So the model is fine. There's no problem with the model. The model is a validated model, but you have to go with a strategy and not just kind of bounce around like this. So it is okay that you've done a few projects and you have made some money, hopefully. I assume these are projects, yes?
Right. Yes.
So that's good. That part is very good. The fact that you know how to sell a project is great. But somewhere along the way, you're going to have to pick where you want to place your bet.
Fair point.
Kinds of use cases, what verticals, what kinds of use cases, what geography, and create repeatability. This doesn't have any repeatability. It's like you're reinventing the situation in every single account. It's a new solution. And that doesn't have repeatability. So, it's in the technology world at this point, it is a very well understood, accepted phenomenon that to get to any kind of scalability. Now, you can stop immediately and say that I'm not interested in scalability. I'll do whatever I want and I'll just play around. That is your prerogative. As I said, that's prerogative. Discarding my feedback is entirely your prerogative, which is why I did not push back on the previous guy. Discarding feedback is his prerogative. My goal is to give you authentic feedback. What you do with it is entirely up to you.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. Right.
Applying the proven principles of how to build a scalable business, you need to shoot for repeatability. And repeatability comes from tighter positioning and constraints. You pick one discipline, one use case, or one vertical where you are going to work and achieve that repeatability. And that's how you build a scalable, repeatable company.
Okay, noted. Fair point. Okay, I'll proceed with this. I think this is just a slide that we have added to kind of showcase a little bit of response we've been getting in the market. These are the projects that we work with, Aditya Birla Capital being one of the biggest banking capital and company in India. Ems & Gears is the second product that the second engagement we did, which is an automobile manufacturing company. And the last one is the company in US that we've collaborated with. We joined them as a partner after building the product with them. Right. But when you talk about
how you decide which vertical makes more sense for you to double click down on and build a practice in, as opposed to around.
About that, so we have identified 3 verticals where we've been getting a little bit of response in the market. So we're an entirely feedback-based company, but I do resonate with the point that you're putting across. But the 3 verticals come across banking and insurance is number 1. Second would be real estate, and third is the core industry, the manufacturing element of the industry. So these are all the progress that are happening. What you see on the screen.
You're a little company, you have to pick one, and banking and insurance are 2 different industries. They have completely different workflows, because what you will find very quickly in working within these businesses is that their workflows are very different. Real estate's workflow is going to be different, manufacturing workflow is different. You need to find one vertical that has commonality in the workflow, because you're very soon going to come into agent territory. Right now, a lot of the consulting work that you're going to end up implementing is understanding workflow and then agentifying workflow. So you need repeatability in being able in the workflow to be able to do something meaningful and valuable. And the other thing that is happening in the industry is, people want impact. People want to see impact, and impact-based pricing is being discussed very heavily. So if you want to play in the impact-based pricing, you really need to be able to do these things, these workflow automation and all of that stuff using agent technology. But for that, you need to understand workflows at a very deep level, and that can only be achieved within one segment. Now, today, one day, the story is different, but you're not in one day, you're today. Right now, you need to figure out how to put one foot before the other.
Okay, Fair point. We are building agentic AI solutions as well, customized. But right, I agree with the point in terms of being scalable. We need to pick one and stick to that. These are just a few examples that we have kind of pulled across in terms of work that we've been delivered by people who have joined a core team of about 8 people in their individual capacity before coming together at Crizzen. We've got people coming in from Google India, senior AI engineers working for Google India. Our CTO used to work for Grant Thornton in digital transformation. Prior to that, he was working for Jaguar's Formula E racing team as well.
You have a group of relatively experienced consultants, okay?
Yes, but we're not just consultants actually. Majority of the work is actually just 2 slides later where I'll explain a GTM. This is just something that we wanted to pull across in terms of the market study, where 70% of the revenue within the AI industry is sitting on the application and service layer, which is precisely what we are focusing on, giving businesses an ROI related, ROI focused solutions in terms of integrating AI in businesses. And also there's a number about of about an increase in 50% in year-on-year increase in terms of workers and companies adopting AI, which is kind of reflecting.
This is
moving
all
beyond
top-down numbers that are irrelevant. You need to do you need to first select what segment you're going to go after, what vertical you're going to go after. Then you need to do a bottom-up analysis in terms of market sizing for that particular vertical. Otherwise, stuff is 30,000-foot stuff that is going to be of no relevance whatsoever.
Okay, so fair point. These are just a few more numbers from an Indian perspective. This is what I was talking about.
All these irrelevant numbers. Do not waste time on these numbers.
Okay, noted. So the one that we see on the slide right now is precisely what a business model looks like. We begin from product development as a service. We get a market entry in the companies by building custom solutions for them. During the entire process where we are building the custom solutions, we understand more.
That is not product development. If you're working for a bank, that is not product development as a service. You're not doing product development as a service in the sense, what is product development as a service? If you look at a company like Persistent Systems, they build product development as a service. They worked for technology companies, built products or maintained products on behalf of those technology companies, which those technology companies sold. But when you're talking about a finance company, let's say you're talking about a bank and you're going into develop digital infrastructure or digital services for that, that's not that's not called product development as a service. That's basically you're doing AI services work. You're not doing product development as a service. This is IT. You're going to be, and you have to don't confuse the terminology, because if you confuse the terminology, your go-to-market is going to fail, because you need to sell to the right person and use the right language of how to sell.
Right. Absolutely.
BCG does not sell into IT, right? You work for BCG. BCG doesn't sell into IT.
They don't. Yeah.
So, but now you're talking about selling into IT, and if you go with all these language that IT doesn't understand, nobody's going to talk to you.
Fair point. Noted. But on a whole, at an umbrella level, this is how we precisely try to enter the market, build custom products for companies, kind of understand the validated use cases.
You don't build custom products for the company. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is that nomenclature, the terminology that you're using misrepresents what you do.
Okay, got it.
I understand you want to do AI services for companies, but the rest
of the system, actually, we have the use cases that we validate. We kind of try to convert them into internal scalable products. So we're kind of trying to make a product plus service company, which is where you see the graph at the bottom in terms of our ARR growth. We're slowly moving from a one-time revenue in terms of services to having internal product, an ecosystem of internal products, and then the products giving us the recurring revenue coming in every year. This is the model that we're trying to approach. We're building an ecosystem.
That is your product.
Yes, our product, internal product.
It is your internal product. So if you go and tell, just role play with me for a second.
Okay.
Try to understand. You're an intelligent person. You've worked at companies like BCG, so you should be able to understand what I'm telling you.
Okay.
If you go and tell an IT department in a bank that I'm doing product development as a service, the IT department is going to look at you and say, I don't understand what the hell you're talking about.
Right.
Because you're not doing product development for the IT department. This pitch is not positioned for the customer. It's positioned for you.
Okay.
So what you do on your end, in your shop, what you're trying to do is historically, the IT services industry has done over and over again, is build internal tools that are repeatable and reusable in various different client accounts. You want libraries of internal tools, you could call them products, but they are basically reusable internal tools. And maybe there is products that are going to come out of this that you can use in multiple different accounts. That is what you're calling products. Now,
Right.
we don't know yet whether you are going to be selling, at least from what you've presented so far. I don't know yet whether your goal is to sell these products or you want to sell solutions. You start by saying you're developing solutions, you're selling solutions.
Mm-hmm.
And these are big decisions in building the kind of company you're building. We have a whole track called bootstrapping using services. We have case study after case study of what you are trying to do. We have been doing for 20 years or more.
Right.
So, and the industry has been doing for many more years. Oracle was founded as a bootstrapping using services company. They did become a product company. They started as a services company. Bootstrapping using services is a tried and true business model. We know this methodology inside out. So there's a lot I can teach you on how to go about and how to put one foot before the other.
Okay.
Don't make these obvious mistakes that you can easily avoid, because these are obvious mistakes that you're making.
Okay, I appreciate it. Right. Okay. So this is the money that
bootstrapping using services and building a consulting business and then building a lot of tools that can be productized into repeatability in multiple accounts. These are all known issues. We know how to navigate these. We know the terminology around it, so I can definitely help you with that. And it is a tried and true track. So I'm absolutely sure that you can build this business, but your positioning needs a lot of work.
Right. Okay, I appreciate it. Right. So yeah, this is just something I spoke about earlier in terms of the team that we have collated. We spent about 2.5 years to get the team together, only from a perspective that we have a core group of people coming in from both business as well as AI perspective, because people don't just want the reports anymore, and people also just don't want the execution without the context. So we want to bridge it together and deliver one single ROI, good ROI related outcome. So that's what we're focusing on in the market.
Yeah. No, I think it's a viable business. You need to tighten it into how to go to market with it, how to package it, how to position it. There's a whole range of stuff that you need to do, but it's a viable business for sure.
Right, I appreciate it. Can I just take one more minute to check something with you in terms of the revenue that we have generated till now in the first year? It's been about $30,000. But what we're estimating to generate now in this year is somewhere around $1 million. And the reason for that is that we had a lot of clients that we were expecting to close in between January to March, which have been spill over to this year, which are on the verge of closing. But the challenge with us right now is that we have the demand coming in. We are already building sample POCs for these companies, and they're all A-list companies and listed companies in the Indian landscape. But in order to scale up internally, we need the money, we need the fuel to come in to help us further onboard front-end sales people to help us close the clients.
Fundable company. At the moment, this is not a fundable company. If you're trying to ask me whether you can raise money, whether you're fundable or not, you're not fundable.
Exactly. Okay. So what do we need to do to make to take it to the fundable stage?
A long way to go.
Okay.
I mean, I can work with you and get you there, but you have a lot of stuff to do, and it's impossible for me to do that in 10 minutes.
And I appreciate that. I understand that part.
Work with you. I'll explain how you can use 1M1M, and if you decide you want to work with it, I'll help you get there.
All right. Right. Sure.
Okay.
Thank you. Right.
So, folks, if you are willing to work on something, and if you're willing to accept feedback when you're going down the wrong path, in my judgment, And if you trust my judgment, then and only then can I work with you in 1 million by 1 million. And if those conditions qualify, then please, you're most welcome to join 1Mby1M. It's a completely 100% virtual accelerator. You can join from anywhere in the world. And you go to 1Mby1M.com and you'll find everything there. The AI mentor you can access it from the website as well. The premium program is our full acceleration program that includes weekly sessions like this, where you can come and work with me. We have the full curriculum available. It's a case study based curriculum. It's been in the market for 15 plus years, actually 16 years to be precise. And it's been augmented on a day-to-day basis. We do make investor introductions, but you have to be fundable. And my job is to get you there if your business has those characteristics and if you are able to execute on it. But you have to, please do not join assuming that I'm going to immediately send you to investors. If in my assessment you're not fundable, I'm not going to send you to investors right away. Okay. So, but I'm happy to work with you and help you, tighten up and create a strategy with which you can put one foot before the other. And by and large, in our experience, you kind of have to adjust your mindset to bootstrap first, raise money later. You have to, you have to validate, you have to position, you have to build something that investors can resonate with, can connect with. And that has its own set of requirements. We teach you all that. The curriculum will teach you all that. I will teach you all that. You can iterate. You will learn some things in the curriculum. Come and work with me at the roundtables. You can use the AI mentor and refine your pitch, your strategy, everything. But that is something that you have to, that work is something that you have to be committed to putting in. Otherwise, joining 1Mby1M is not going to be effective. Now, we do have 1Mby1M Basic, which is our curriculum only option. You can also start there, and that comes with the AI mentor as well. That's curriculum and the AI mentor. It doesn't have working with me or investor introductions. So go look at the website and figure out how you want to work with us. 1M1M Premium, Basic, AI mentor is available as a standalone product as well. So any mode that you decide to engage with is fine. And as far as these free roundtables are concerned, you get to work with me once for free. And those sessions are available, 3 more in April. So if you are contemplating coming to one of these and having an initial conversation, please, by all means, register for one of these sessions. And at this point, oh, by the way, if you have questions about the program after this session, your contact is Irina Patterson, Irina@1Mby1M.com. She can answer your questions. So I am happy to take more questions at this point. Anybody?
I think all good from our end.
Okay.
Yeah, all good from my end, because you've given me a feedback that I need to work. Also, a space I don't think which is very high for investors.
That's right.
Right, a product development is hard. But I'm on the crowdfunding platform. I'm getting there. I'm doing this pre-booking to validate my product and family and friends. So yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully, I can just drop a mail.
These kinds of physical products tend to work well as pre-orders on crowdfunding platforms. The entire Kickstarter model has been built on physical products and advanced, pre-orders.
Right.
Paid pre-orders. Paid pre-orders basically gives you the money with which to get the product manufactured.
Right.
So it's a proven model. So proven models are good because somebody has done it. So you can possibly do it as well. Then it's a matter of execution, but from a strategy point of view, that's going to work.
Yeah, no point reinventing wheels. I'm just going to follow certain patterns that are already done.
That's right. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. And I made a note of the bottoms-up approach that I need to put on my pitch. I'll get all of that together.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay, folks, I don't see any other hand up. I see other people in the room, but I don't see anybody's hand up. So I guess you're probably going to come and talk to me in a follow-on session. Good luck, and keep working on your businesses. And I actually believe that if you are open to feedback, you are more likely to succeed. Because, you know, entrepreneurship has been around for a long, long time. A lot of businesses have been built, and a lot of lessons have been learned already. So if you reject all that learning, and you know, like the person that I had the one between the two of you who rejected all the feedback that I wanted to give him, he's not going to succeed because he's not interested in feedback. And I'm sorry to say, experience has value. You can choose to disregard experience. That is your prerogative. But it is not recommended, because those are the kinds of entrepreneurs who tend to fail.
True,
all right.
True that.
But you two have accepted feedback, so you can figure out what to do with that feedback and navigate your journeys. I trust that you would do a better job of navigating your journeys. Good luck. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Bye.
Take care.